Welcome back to TeamSport Acton. It's round 5 of the 2026 Grid Series Indoor Karting Championship. And this first heat has definitely caught me off guard. There was no countdown to the light going out, so I was basically just fiddling with my camera on the grid when the race started. Lost a lot of ground, and usually at this stage I would just forget about the lightweights up in front and concentrate on keeping the heavyweights behind me. But on this particular occasion, it looks like I've got the pace not just to stay with them, but even to catch them as they begin to squabble up in front. So looking to absolutely maximize the points I get through the heats to ensure I get a good starting position for the final. Dante's lost his momentum, he's gone defensive on the inside, so I'm going to try and drive around the outside, and for once it looks like it's worked. I've got the position, and now I can look to hunt down Adonis in first. And it looks like there might be an opportunity here. He's not particularly quick through these corners, but Dante slipped down the inside and retook second place. You can see the pair of us now are catching Adonis as well. So I don't think this is over by any means. I'm not going to try and go around the outside here, but I'm just giving Dante something to think about. Again, he's not got good momentum coming out of that corner, so I'm going to try and go around the outside again. And again, we've pulled it off, ladies and gentlemen. That doesn't happen very often. You will struggle to go around the outside of Dante at Acton most nights, so quite pleased with that one, to be honest with you.
I don't think I can take this anymore. I might just break.
Now let's see if we can get Adonis and take first place in the first heat. You can see his car is squirming away through the corners. He's definitely thinking very defensively. I think he stamped on the brake there, and this is really compromising. It's slowing us both down, to be honest. Dante is thinking about having a look and retaking second position from me. Got to be mindful of his position at all times. And now though, Adonis has got the inside covered. See, he's clipped the wall again there. Little tiny mistakes. Not something you usually see from Adonis, to be honest. He's done it again there. Definitely seems like number 13 has got good straight line speed. I would not normally be keeping pace with the lighter guys down the straights, that's for sure. Little tap from Dante from behind, just to let me know that he's still there. Adonis again covering the inside pretty well. He's clipped the wall again there. Very slow coming out of that corner. And this time we get loaded by Dante into the wall. It's a mistake, he didn't intend to do it, and good sportsmanship there. He waves me back through. I'm not sure if Ivan is really expecting this, but I've managed to sneak up behind him as well and retake the position. Didn't fight particularly hard. Maybe he was willing to give the position back as well, even though it wasn't him at fault there. Unfortunately, I do open the door and allow Dante back through. This time he makes the move stick fair and square. So we're going to try and hunt down Adonis, because I don't feel like this fight is over just yet. You can see how much extra speed we've got at the end of the straight there. Plenty of grunt in number 13, but unfortunately that's it. We're unable to keep pace with the two lightweights in the end. They do bring out a little bit of a gap against me. So reverse grid for the start of heat 2. I'm in the same position, but it also means that Dom is in pole position, followed closely by Ivan. These are the guys that I really need to be fighting, and unfortunately in this heat I make a bit of a tactical error. Rather than just focusing on how to best get through these guys, I start thinking defensively about Adonis and Dante behind, which leads me to waste a lot of time, open a massive gap to the leading pair as I defend moves like this against Adonis, which I don't really need to do. I'm not fighting these guys for position in the final. So here you see I've lifted off to go defensive. There's contact from behind. I'm pushed wide onto the marbles and the front tyres are unloaded, meaning I have basically no bite. That allows Adonis and Dante to sneak through on the inside, and because I've wasted so much time defending those positions, there is no prospect of them catching the leading pair and opening a gap for me. Stupid tactical mistake from me there that has cost me plenty of points and allowed the heavyweights in front to take maximum points from that heat. Random grid for heat 3. Let's see if I can redeem myself. I get a slightly better start from second position than Ivan does on pole. Unfortunately though, being on the outside, there is not really an opportunity to make a move there. You can see we've definitely got the pace on Ivan, at least for the time being. I'm able to stay very close with him through the corners, so I'm thinking at this point it is just a matter of time before there's an opportunity to send one up the inside and take first place. You see him alongside there, nothing doing on that particular corner. And now a carbon copy of what happened in heat 2. I'm stupidly going defensive against the lightweights behind. I get a tap just as I lift off the throttle, which pushes me wide, unloads the front tyres and allows Adonis and Dante to sneak through just like they did in heat 2. But now there's an added sting in the tail because Dom is right behind as well, and I've gone from second place to last within the space of one corner. Dom didn't fight that particularly hard. I think he's just finding his way back into Grid Series after a couple of rounds away, so that allows me to focus back in on Dante up ahead. Hopefully these guys are going to remove Ivan for me in some way, shape or form, and you can see they're both on the case now, temporarily getting alongside Adonis. And through this corner I believe I'm going to get my nose in front of his, but he's got the inside and I'm not able to shut the door. I've learned by now, at least by mistake, I will not be fighting the lightweights anymore, so I'm just going to follow them through as they pass Ivan. It's not going to work on this occasion though, because I'm on the outside. Ivan's managed to secure the inside, and for a moment Dom is back with us, just getting his nose back in front. But again, he doesn't fight particularly hard, doesn't close the door, and allows me to get back on the case of passing Ivan. You may remember a couple of rounds ago I got stuck behind Ivan for basically an entire evening. I'm keen not to do that this time. I managed to sneak my nose about 50% alongside just before the apex there. There is contact, but I think I own the space and I'm able to take that position. And that's how it finished in heat 3. So as we move into the final, that means I've ultimately qualified 4th based on the points accumulated through the heats. Now my primary focus really has to be on passing Ivan. There is no reason to think about the lightweights up ahead. They are going to scamper away. You might notice that the karts are handling significantly differently in this heat final, and that's because we're on speed 4. We're carrying a lot more speed through the straights, or straightish sections, which does introduce a great deal more understeer and indeed oversteer as you pass through the corners. It's going to take us a couple of laps to really get to grips with how all of this works, but as the tyres warm I feel there's an opportunity, and I go for the move here on Ivan. It was a late move, and I think he really believed I was still on the outside. I wasn't going to go for it. There's contact there, but I think I've managed to secure that fairly, just about. And I was hoping at this stage I would pull away from Ivan and Dom behind, but that just wasn't to be. Whatever the case was, I wasn't able to warm up the tyres properly. I was experiencing a lot of understeer, and stupidly there I decided to try and fight Dom on the outside. Now, was this move okay? I'm not sure. That's a bit of a day late, dollar short. I was alongside, but was I 50% alongside by the apex? Not really sure about that. but the stupid move, defending there against Dom, means that we cross the line under yellows, with Dom securing his first ever class win. So congratulations to Dom. I didn't quite make it back onto the podium, but it does mean that we've consolidated our position at the top of the heavyweight rankings. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.